Look.
Listen.
Taylor.
Flawless execution. Clambos, thank you all for being here today. It's episode 66 of Look, Listen with Geese Guyera. Today we're going to talk about episode 23 of the Pokémon anime Horizons and... Taylor?
Other things.
That's correct. Every Friday we arrive here and talk to you. You'll probably love it, I would imagine. Next year's the 20th anniversary of Lost. Everybody get excited. Is it coming back? Who's to say?
Geese, have you seen Lost? Oh, don't you furrow your
Why
brows.
is Geese making a face at Lost, one of the great programs?
I'm just thinking about watching the, not trailers, but like the episode previews on TV when I was 8.
Oh. The recaps were the good things previously on Lost.
Oh, that's so good.
So sick.
Previously on Lost. No, wait. Previously on Lost.
Because they didn't go for like an epic sounding voice. It sounded like a normal person that was serious, and I always liked that.
And they didn't even, their soundtrack was out of control good. Hollywood and Vines, are you kidding me? Bum, dum, ba-da-bum.
The whole
thing. So, you get that, and then as far as an intro theme song, you just get the...
And what was that? What was that other one? Don't Fear the Reaper or something like that?
Sure, that song. Everybody's favorite.
Oh, it's
you
so
all,
good.
Everybody. Okay.
What was that guy's name? Michael Giacomo, right? Giacchino.
You can't say that on a family podcast. There's no swear words.
Giacchino? What's his last name?
Giacchino.
Oh, Giacchino. Okay.
Clambos, I come at you with news about Costco. We all love Costco. Every one of us.
Great. Hooray.
Guys, I had a bad experience trying to buy some clothing, some cheap clothing. I needed some new work pants, and I wanted some new shorts.
What happened?
Every single woman I approached working in the clothing department, I would ask the simple question, oh, do you have any men's pants? Without a half second of hesitation, no. And I'd go, oh, okay.
Can I get some background for the story real quick? When you walked up to these people, had you already removed your first pair of pants?
No, I was holding a PSN card.
Okay, all right.
They didn't have tables of clothing laid out?
They have enormous amounts of clothing.
So many.
Why don't you just go through it all?
Rather than just ask an employee if they have men's pants?
They have thousands of things in Costco.
I'm sorry, I'm not a Costco expert, Geese. That's why when I spend $60, I can't just walk in and ask if they have pants. Immediately, I'm told no. They don't. And then nope, hold on. And then I talked to the old woman and said, excuse me, do you have men's shorts? And she said, no, they're seasonal. So I walked around, found both the black pants I was looking for, plus a bunch of shorts.
Did you walk up to them?
Why didn't you do the walking around first?
Did you? No, I understand asking. It's a time saver.
Are you insane, Geese Peep?
They have signs on the tables.
Answer the question.
And it's also organized by gender.
I've never gone clothes shopping at Costco. It's not unreasonable to ask if they have a specific... I don't even know if they carry it, Geese! It's a grocery store!
As a librarian.
You have got to be kidding me. That you think it's okay to just lie to a customer because they haven't done years of research.
That's not what I'm saying.
Why are you defending the person who lied to me and was a terrible employee?
I'm not. I was just asking why didn't you look first?
Oh, my God.
Okay, stop.
Because I don't know if they carry it, and I'm on a time crunch, and I have to get to the movie in time, so I just want to quickly ask if they even have it in stock. If that's even a thing they have.
That would be good context to know you're in a time crunch. But also,
no, it's not. It doesn't matter. I can have 3 weeks and nothing to do. I'm still allowed to ask if they have black pants.
Look, I think this disagreement is really reflective of our different personalities, where I will avoid anything. I will avoid anything to ask any kind of service person any question.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I'm a big question asker.
I'm going to die if we don't move on. I cannot fathom that's okay.
I do not condone their answers. I was just asking the question of why you didn't look first.
Completely irrelevant. I don't have to. And it doesn't make me a bad person. Last week, we discussed Galarian Moltres.
And its anger.
Well, everybody was wondering, man, what's making this Galarian Moltres sap out all the energy from everybody? And we were saying, oh, is it a specific attack he's doing? And we couldn't find any attack. Turns out they're just pulling straight from his Pokedex entry in Pokemon Sword. It says, this Pokemon's sinister, flame-like aura will consume the spirit of any creature it hits. Victims become burned out shadows of themselves. So that's what it's...
That's me when I go to work.
Nice. Can't do
Taylor,
that.
we're moving on to Lookin, Playin, Watchin, Eatin. What did you watch this week?
I watched The Exorcist for the first time. Boy, was I pleasantly surprised. I don't know how I've put this off this long. Well, I know exactly how I've put it off. Every time I look at it, I'm like, eh. And that's just how it goes. When I'm finally sitting down and watching it, I was so excited. The character development that they had, even some of the effects, the sound design was so good. I actually had to look up if they got any awards, which fortunately, sound design won an Academy Award. It's just an incredible movie. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. First time viewing it, 2021, still totally get why it's one of the greats.
You watched it 2 years ago?
No, I watched it yesterday.
Yesterday was not 2021.
Oh, crap. Oh, no.
Swearing. No swearing.
Time is a very sobering thing, isn't it? 2023.
I didn't care for The Exorcist when I watched it years ago. Probably just because it's always described as the scariest movie ever made, and I did not find it scary at all. The conclusion I came to was, if you were really religious,
yes,
and you believed in that kind of stuff, then I suppose it would be super scary. But
you also don't get scared by like ghost things, right?
There's only 2 scary movies ever made. Those movies are The Blair Witch Project and Paranormal Activity 1.
I think there's some other. I was also part of the generation that was, or the group that was traumatized by The Grudge. So that'll tell you something. But I was just speaking from the standpoint of it being a good movie, like The Witch. It's not the scariest thing, but the fact that a movie made in, 73, is still scary at all or creepy at all is really saying something. I'm not afraid of like my soul being stolen, but I also don't. I mean, it's a movie.
The true story, quote unquote, true story that it's based on happened in Maryland.
Whenever you start a film that says based on a true story, what does your mind do?
It goes, disregard that they wrote that, because nothing is based on reality. Nothing in the slightest. There's inspired by reality, but there's no such thing as based on a true story. There really isn't. I feel like we've had this discussion before, Clambos, but if you are ever involved in anything or you have any knowledge of anything that is then either on the news covered in a specific way or you see a film about it, the whole time you're going to be going, no, that's not accurate. That's sort of like that, but not really. 1,000 times through. It doesn't mean anything.
I like when they say based on characters from this.
Ooh. It's a shame that the new Exorcist that came out recently, everybody hates it so much. Very low reviews.
Yeah.
Very sad.
I heard that.
In good movie news.
Ooh.
Exactly. I watched easily the best movie I've seen this year. It is, of course, called Anatomy of a Fall. In English, it won the Palme d'Or.
What's the genre?
Probably drama if it's Palme d'Or winner.
Yeah, it's I don't want to spoil much about it. I actually thought it was a horror movie. It's not a horror movie. You could call it, God, I don't want to spoil. I think you're better off not knowing anything about it going in, but we'll go with thriller, I guess.
Ooh.
There is a specific genre, actually, I have seen applied to it, but I don't even want to bring that in. I know some people are watching the trailers. Again, just don't even. It's a French movie, but I love movies like this. It's actually French, and you hear a lot of English in it, too. So it's both languages, and then obviously it aired in France, so I imagine they would have had French subtitles under the English. So when you watch it over here, you just see French or English subtitles under the French.
Did they do it when it makes sense?
Well, yeah, when somebody's speaking French, you see English at the bottom.
Well, no, I mean, like one of the things that I always tell people I love about Giri Haji is when there are two Japanese people in a room, they're speaking Japanese. And when an English person enters the room that they want to hear them, they speak English.
It's a hyper-realistic movie, yes.
That's sick.
It's not like a Goofy. Everything here is so realistic. Everybody rush out and watch this movie. It's very gripping. I love how, again, I'm speaking so vaguely.
Mm-hmm.
I love how it doesn't fall into the traps of most filmmaking where they want to give you an idea of this is exactly everything that happened. Instead, it's much more like reality where you have to like decide for yourself. And there's no, in my opinion, it's not comic book good and evil. This person's good. This person's bad. You see everybody's side on everything. And it's just,
that's so sick.
It's so good. It's just like real life. I can't believe it. I recommend everyone go see it. I can't speak French, but anatomie d'un chien, something like that.
I saw a trailer for that, I believe, when you and I were seeing something. I can't remember, but when you said that, I was like, oh, I really want to see that film.
I should have gone to the theater to watch it a week before I did because they had some of the filmmakers there doing a Q&A afterwards, but it was really late and I hadn't showered and I didn't want to leave the house, so I just didn't see it. That's okay. I didn't want to be... Let me just enjoy the movie. I don't need to have a Q&A real quick. I didn't feel like it. I also watched a lot of Ahsoka and Loki, both very good. But I better watch these quick because Disney, I just learned on Twitter, Disney Plus, they're hiking up the price so hard. Almost double the price. So I really rushed to cancel because it was going to hit me for like $150 in a couple weeks. And I went, no.
Oh, wow. Not even kind of worth it. $150?
It's great. I mean, it's inflation, everybody. All the prices are going up on everything.
Whoa.
I can't take it. Geese, do you want to talk about some stuff before I move on to games and eats and Taylor's games and eats?
Yeah. So, Clambos of last week will know that I went to Joyzy to see my family. That was fun. They had all this good Italian food that I couldn't eat because of my tumbo.
No bagels for Geese.
As somebody who goes to New Jersey frequently, I would imagine, right?
No.
Got it.
Okay. Never mind.
I used to go more frequently, but yeah.
Okay, I'll ask your opinion anyway. What would you say the most famous food coming out of New Jersey is?
Gabagoo.
I don't know, Italian food?
I don't mean like genre.
Well, when I think of New Jersey food, I think of really good pizza and bagels because that's what I'm used to when I go visit my family. Another thing, hoagies.
That's what I was kind of wondering about.
Did they call them hoagies or did they have a goofy name like Heroes or Sliders or...
No, they call them hoagies.
Krampuses.
I always thought hoagie was a new Northeastern term.
Flat irons.
Wait, now you make me doubt it. Hoagies, Joyzy.
You know your truth, Geese. Don't worry about the haters.
There's so many names for a submarine sandwich.
What did you two grow up with?
Sandwich.
Ooh.
In other news, I started a job this Monday, and I guess it's what I'm going to do for the rest of my life until I die.
No, Geese, don't say such terrible things.
Yeah.
It's oops all meetings. Tomorrow, I have back. What?
It's a funny thing you said.
It's very funny.
I have back-to-back meetings tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 5 o'clock. I don't know how I'm going to get any work done.
Especially, do they know about your tumbo issues?
It's complicated. I'm trying to work out with HR if I can keep my good insurance before I have to get company insurance, because one, company insurance is very expensive, and two, I would have to pay thousands of dollars for the colonoscopy.
So in my video games, I played a video game I learned about via the Fire Escapecast called Cocoon. I'm playing it on PlayStation 5. It is made from the lead gameplay designer of Limbo and Inside, and boy, is it cool and fun. Everyone rush off to play Cocoon.
Did you play Inside?
Yeah.
Was it good?
I remember.
Yep.
Limbo was the first game I bought for the Xbox 360 in the 9th grade. And my friends and I would play it in the basement, all the lights off, and it was very spooky.
Very scary. Cocoon isn't scary, but the gameplay's real fun, the art's real neat, and the puzzles are lots of fun. So I recommend it.
Geese, what were you playing?
So I do the...
All right, take 2 from Geese. What was she playing this week on Look, Listen, Cast with Geese and Guyera? No cast. And Taylor.
Okay, so I do the Google surveys, so I get, like money, like 20 cents each survey I do. And I had some money that was expiring. So I bought this app on my phone called Pocket City 2.
You don't freeze it?
Cutting that out. Geese, continue.
And it's City Skylines-esque, but much more simple because it's on your phone. And so far, it's okay. The screen is just so small and there's a lot of limitations. But whatever, I'm having fun, whatever. So that's what I've been doing.
Sounds like you need an iPhone 15 Pro Max Plus, extra big edition.
With a USB-C.
That's true.
Well, it's either I get a new phone or a colonoscopy, so...
I'm telling you, good deals with phones. They pay all your bills with your trade. Taylor, I can't. Every time now I hear somebody say Lies of P, I hear in my head Liza P. And it's
Liza P, yeah.
It's rude.
Me too. I finished my first playthrough. Started my second playthrough. My goodness, is that game good. It's so good. Everybody play it. If you like Bloodborne and Sekiro, just go play it. Don't listen to anybody that says it's mid, because it is fantastic.
Don't listen to the haters. We're very positive today. Everything's rush out and play it.
Well, it's just that I keep watching all these reviews of games this year, and everybody, I get so annoyed when people give Final Fantasy 16 hate, and they're like, it didn't meet Squaresoft's expectations, when it did. And it's just the same thing is happening with Lies of P, where they're saying it's not as good as it is, and it's fantastic. They already planned DLC for it. I'm going to finish my New Game Plus run pretty soon, so I'm pretty excited about that. What a game.
Wait, I have a question.
Yes.
And it's completely unrelated to what you just said, but it is related to Michael.
Oh my God. If it's about Costco clothing and employees,
it is.
Throwing the computer out the window.
Don't do it. Maybe it'll hover because of the fan.
I was just going to ask how you are enjoying Loki.
Loki's great.
All right.
I feel bad because Secret Invasion was just such utter trash and the most boring thing I've ever seen in my life. And it started out that phase real strong. That's the first canon MCU stuff that I'm just not going to watch. I can't. No, I can't. I'm not going to do it. Before in the past, I've said, it's all canon. I got to get through it. I'm not going to. But Loki's good. And it's not a spoiler because every McDonald's you walk into plays this video. The first episode of Loki, you get to go into a dongles from the 80s, and it's very exciting. I knew about this forever ago because the promotion at McDonald's started like a month and a half ago, and their big thing is on all their fry boxes and their bags and their cups. It says the McDonald's cup as featured in, and it shows all these movies and TV shows it's been in, and the final one is Loki season 2. And so the first episode, you get so excited, and the character orders everything on the menu, and it's very exciting. Geese did a thumbs up, like the little cat image with the thumbs up as it's crying or whatever. Was Geese saying something?
I was just going to say that I was just curious because I watched the first season. And I just want to know how the second was.
I've been so tuned out of Marvel. I watched a little bit of WandaVision, got kind of... wasn't excited about it. I think that some part of my interest really faded after Endgame.
WandaVision was so much fun each week because it would go to a new decade of television. So fun. So sick. This week I ate Geese's favorite food, kava. It was $1 million and too wet.
Ooh, $1 million. The $1 million geese.
The employee there was my boy. He was real sick because I saw all the drinks there, and they have interesting beverages at Kava. And I said, "Is it possible for me to just try this flavor, see if I want it?" And he said, "Oh, here, just take a cup. You can have whatever you want." I said, "Oh, okay, thank you." Sick. Now the boy ended up saying, "You don't have to get water. You can get anything you want," because I'm telling you, Kava, these goofuses, they come up with an idea for a beverage. It says blueberry lavender, and then it says pineapple something kiwi something mint. What they mean is, here is lavender juice and just the smell of a mint candle. So you take a sip and you go, bleh! It's just nothing but the floral fragrance. That's all you taste. You just are eating potpourri in there. It's terrible.
As everybody here knows, based on how much I talk about it, that's a lie. It's not true at all. I don't talk about it. I love interesting flavors of coffee. So like blueberry coffee, rose coffee, lavender coffee, stuff like that. Aromatics, fantastic in beverages. Sometime in the past 3 to 4 years, people have been going off the rails with it. Everything is just, oh, we put a bunch of cilantro in your apple juice. And it's so goofy.
In the apple juice.
Oh my God. Okay, you two fight amongst yourselves to decide who needs to say what in the rest of the watching, playin, eatin. Before we move on to Poke News of the Week.
I just want to talk about how excited I am to eat the persimmons my parents got me at the Lotte Plaza.
If you had to describe the flavor of a persimmon, what would you say?
Elote means corn.
Ooh.
That is such a hard question.
I've never had one, I think.
Oh, you should get some. They're in season now.
It's a fruit, right?
Not unlike shorts, the shorts at Costco that are seasonal, and they would never carry any.
Always fresh, never frozen.
Anyway, they taste like, I don't even know how to describe it.
It's probably between. It is a fruit, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me two fruits that it's between. Like between.
I don't.
No.
That's how I always describe food.
That's crazy.
It's like a subtle fruit. I honestly just recommend buying one. Go to like a Korean grocery store, or if there's some near you, American persimmons trees, get them from there.
Okay.
I remember my sister one year had some of her field hockey teammates over for Christmas because they were Dutch and, they weren't going to fly to the Netherlands. And we... What?
They were Dutch, so of course you understand, is what my mind said.
Well, it was Christmas time and they were like break. So they spent Christmas with us, or maybe it was Thanksgiving, whatever. Regardless, we took them on a tour of Washington, D.C., and there were some persimmon trees with ripe fruit, and I really scared the 3 Dutch girls because I picked a fruit and ate it in front of them, and they gave me like the most shocked looks, and I was like, guys, it's okay. It's all good.
Taylor, can you please talk about your cheese and honey?
My eatin' was getting into the season of Halloween. What does that mean? It means eating way too many undercooked brownies, and that's right, Reaper cheese, Reaper honey. Reaper stuff slathered everywhere. I like spicy food. My digestive system is starting to disagree. It was just too much Reaper stuff. My favorite pepper is a jalapeno, second place habanero, because they have the best flavor.
Shouts out for 2 correct pronunciations. Very rare.
The spice level of a Carolina Reaper or a scorpion pepper or even a ghost pepper is so robust that there's just no chance for flavor to exist. And I used to really enjoy eating spicy food for the sake of it being spicy, but I'm really starting, that's fallen out of favor for me. It's not novel anymore. I don't need to kill myself. I'm doing fine with my little baby peppers.
Now it's time for Hey, Clambos, thank you all for listening. Thank you for listening to all our walking to playin to eatin. And now it's time to go on to Poke News.
Poke News of the Week.
Why is it always slow-mo now?
Because it's sick.
Okay, Glambos, Poke News of the Week this week. Again, not great because most of the things I'm going to cover are going to be over with by the time you hear this. In exciting news, we have some leaks out there for a new Pokemon in the Indigo Disc DLC 2 of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. If you want to know about it, you better look it up because I can't say a leak here. Maybe you don't want to hear
some Likos.
Got 'em. Also, the Pokemon Go Harvest Festival is running until October 17th. So, in the past at this point. But, good news if you're listening to this the day it comes out, Mega Gengar is still in Pokemon Go Raid, so you have today to battle it. Please enjoy.
And now, the episode.
Glambos, it's what you've all been waiting for. The latest episode of Pokemon Horizons. Geese, let's hear the name of the episode in English. And you better double check it because I have changed the title like 3 times now.
Burning Galarian Moltres.
Or in Japanese, Moeagaru Gararu Faiyā. Taylor's losing it. I don't know why. It's just Japanese.
It sounded like you were having a heart attack at the beginning.
No. Much like every episode, we start right after the last one, and we're in the Pokemon Center outside of the Galar Mine. We hear the Pokemon Center music. Oh my goodness, everybody. Look, the Indeedis are bringing out all our healthy little Pokemon. Fuecoco, Sprigatito, Captain Pikachu, they're all right as rain. Oh.
And who's the captain of this vessel? This gurney on its way to health? Captain Pikachu, that's right.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a beautiful Nurse Joy, who everybody loves her haircut.
Not as much as Oreos.
And then we get Geese. This cracked me up. How quickly they destroyed any tension, any worry. Who just shows up at the front door fine and perfectly okay?
How did he even get out? Like, we don't even know like what the end result of the battle was.
The fact that this show even had that much suspense to begin with, I thought was an interesting choice. Imagine the kids. I don't know if he's okay.
Did anybody say who's at the door?
Uncle Fritos.
Uncle Fritos is just... He just walks through the front door of the Pokemon Center with Charizard. It's just says, oh man, yeah, that was crazy what happened. Wow. We didn't really have the animation or the budget for the animation, but whew.
There's only one way out. Like, did they shake hands and just be like, all right, battle done. Let's go out the one tunnel.
I would imagine he made it out through he got sealed off from everybody else.
I want to know the timeline too, because I don't know how long it took to clean up the Pokes, but shouldn't Liko and Roy have called everybody to send out a search party and a rescue team? They don't seem that worried about Fritos. They're just...
I mean, silly. Roy's probably just excited, and Liko is probably still just sitting, stewing, thinking about Galarian Flame, or whatever they call him.
His name is Moltres. Charizard's shoulder, it hurts. Oh my god. We'll get you fixed up, Charizard. Don't worry about it. Now we cut to a park. Everybody's eating berries. Frito going on about, man, we sure did have to do our best out there. Whew. And it actually is very funny to me how much Fritos just sounds like Goku in this scene. Just, oh man, I don't care about the danger. I just want a stronger challenge. That's what I'm looking for.
Oh, so sick. It makes me know I can still improve.
What happens next is somebody calls on the phone. Geese, who is it?
Ring, ring, ring. It's me, Dot.
Hey, Dot. Did you find out any information about the Galarian Moltres? I mean, as we all know, last week, our little Pokedex didn't know anything about this mysterious Pokemon. Do you know anything about this mysterious Pokemon, Dot?
It's Galarian Moltres.
Wow, that's crazy.
Very funny when they were going through the explanation of it, because all I was thinking of was Geese not liking the design. So I wrote, red and black blazing body, hooked beak, rumors of an incredibly generic appearance.
No.
That's our Pokemon.
I was laughing in this scene because it flashed back to the Hatena tier that Geese found so funny. But
it was funny.
Clambos, if you missed last week, Taylor and Geese are the biggest Galarian Moltres haters on the planet. I'm going to show them Galarian Zapdos and see if they have the gall to lie and tell me he's not sick.
I'm sure it is.
Oh, wait.
Geese, if you walk your opinion back, heaven help me, you don't leave me here in this field. I was supporting you.
No, I just realized that it's the Firebirds from Pokemon Go. Like the teams?
Yeah?
Like how you can be... Okay, I just made that connection.
Okay, everybody look at your phone. Tell me Galarian Zapdos isn't the sickest sick. He runs around on his little feet while everybody else is flying because he's so sick. He looks like a chocobo.
Can you send a picture of the Zapdos? You just sent a Fearow.
Ooh.
Didn't get anybody. Very sick.
Yeah, he's a little Fearow-esque. But much sicker than the Moltres.
God, bunch of haters over here.
I'm fine with Moltres.
Anyway, everybody decides, look.
Listen.
The Moltres, pretty difficult battle. How about instead of battling it, we just try to calm it down? You know, like Liko's big quest to calm down all Pokemon and know what their feelings are. And there's a consensus. Yeah, let's do that instead. Man, I wonder how we're going to calm down this Galarian Moltres. Incidentally, Fuecoco and Wattrel are squabbling again. But Geese, what does Sprigatito do?
Does little stompies and does sweet scent.
It also, before it does sweet scent, Fuecoco is charging at that berry or nut or something. And Sprigatito just uses his little paw and just stops it dead in its tracks by going like, eh. It's very adorable.
It's super cute. I got to get a screenshot of that. I just, like when a cat puts its little paw on you, just he does that to Fuecoco.
Yeah.
So the sweet scent calms them down. They stop fighting. And then everybody goes, oh, brilliant idea. We can sweet scent the legendary Pokemon. That'll do the trick.
And then we cut to the entrance of the mine.
We're back at the mine.
Can we talk about why he would bring these kids back into a dangerous mine that has previously collapsed in some parts and that there's a very large, angry, legendary Pokemon inside?
We got it, Geese. And the plan is we're going to use Sprigatito. That's Sprigatito's trainer.
He can just go in with Sprigatito himself.
He's not Sprigatito's partner.
No.
Geese, he would go in, their lives would be on the line. He would say, Sprigatito, it's time to execute the plan. Sprigatito would look at him and just say, no.
Geese, you're acting like Pokemon is not a universe where 10-year-olds don't routinely save the world and fight intergalactic demons.
Yes, I get that, but he literally, the last time they were in there battling, he was like, get out of here.
It's gonna be fine.
He was more worried about Soul Blades, the sickest Pokemon on the planet.
Ceruledge. Okay. Yeah. It's very destroyed in the mine, Clambos. That's okay. Fuecoco's gonna sing his little song. It'll get everybody in the battle spirit, and they're gonna be safe. I wouldn't worry about it.
These are very different circumstances as well. They're going in very prepared and not separated and lost.
They have a plan, that's true. Oh my god, Moltres is still furious. And Clambos, I gotta tell you right now, I'm pretty sure this is the fastest we've ever gotten into this much action I've ever seen in the show. We had an episode start where it was kind of silly. It was just the conclusion of an action segment that they should have just put in the last episode. That was the Arboliva Forest arc. But this episode, within, it feels like seconds, we're in a big giant battle.
That's a good point. This one went from cold to cooking in very little time.
Yeah. Go, Charizard, draw its attention with Fuecoco doing a double flamethrower. And then we're going to use Sweet Scent. And Captain Pikachu's going to destroy its attack.
I was laughing so hard the first shot of Sprigatito's little paws.
Oh, I loved that.
Oh yeah, she's hitting the little making biscuits on the ground real fast. Yeah,
I was also really, really, really laughing during this entire fight sequence because they said, "What's that giant angry firebird engulfed in flames? Hit him with 2 flamethrowers and some leaves.
No,
that'll get him."
Taylor, you're misrepresenting it for the Clambos. The flamethrowers are just to distract it, and the leaves are just a delivery mechanism for the sweet scent, which will calm it down.
Still pretty silly.
Aromatic leafage. Do it again. Do it again. What are we going to do? Oh my God, it's not reaching the Moltres. I've got it. Sprigatito, Liko, jump on the back of Charizard. Charizard's going to fly even closer to this legendary Pokemon, and you're going to sweet scent it right in the face, just inches away. You can do it. Oh my God, it's so intense. Moltres keeps pushing back the sweet scent no matter how hard we try. What are we going to do? Moltres is screaming, and Liko decides, I'm going to try to appeal to reason. Let me just walk slowly up to this Moltres and start talking to it. Look, Galarian Moltres, we have a bunch of ancient Pokeballs, just like the one in your little talons. Moltres starts charging up a giant attack, and it's going to hit Liko, but what does Captain Pikachu do?
The sickest thing in the world. He charges forward and cancels out the attack.
He Volt Tackles it to protect Roy and Fuecoco. Oh my God, Pikachu's hurt. And Liko's covering up Sprigatito so he doesn't get hit again. And then, Geese, who pops out of its ancient Pokeball?
Arboliva.
And Arboliva takes all these attacks from Moltres. She's so powerful. She takes a hit like no problem.
No problem.
No problem. Arboliva's identity is very sick in this episode. It's very much the protector of the forest kind of identity. A lot of breathing motions. And Captain Pikachu's, I really have to say it, his identity is so freaking sick. Good job, Game Freak.
All right, now, Clambos, we're getting super dramatic. The pendant is glowing. We've got this crazy music going wild. Liko's doing her monologue. Arboliva uses Seed Sower, which starts a grassy terrain, and the whole cave turns green. And oh my God, Sprigatito starts glowing green, and I think she's about to evolve. And we cut straight to a commercial. And if I was a little Japanese boy, I'd be on the edge of my seat watching some ramen commercials, just shaking, thinking, is this Pokemon about to evolve?
I thought I was about to evolve as well, and I got super sick.
Me too.
Super hype.
So then we cut back from the commercial, and no, Sprigatito did not evolve, so that's fine. But it did power up, so maybe it didn't turn Super Saiyan, but it is, that Sprigatito is probably like Kaioken times 10 at least. It's very powered up. It's a very Dragon Ball forward episode, Geese people.
This is actually a very Naruto forward episode.
Well,
talking about feelings, Pikachu using a lightning punch.
Fuecoco's going to help out by singing and dancing. So that's good.
Shadow clones, leaf attacks.
All right, Sprigatito, now that you're super powered up, let's do your biggest leafage yet.
So this is a dumb question. Why haven't they called out Arboliva before? Is it because they can't? Because the first time I saw Moltres with that ball, I was like, maybe have Arboliva talk to it.
That's what I thought too. I thought just throw out Arboliva. My guess is, especially since Arboliva is deciding when to come in and out of the ball, they're not Arboliva's trainer, so they have no control over when it can come out, is what I'm guessing.
Oh, I thought Arboliva agreed to be Liko's partner, though.
But she's not. She's the partner of Lucius.
But Lucius is...
But they all do say, oh, you want to come with us? And they say, yeah. I don't know. Difficult to answer question, I guess.
Plot, sure.
Okay, well, look, we're using a giant leaf. It's still not working. How about here's what we're going to do. We got all these Pokemon with wings. Roy, you throw out Wattrel. I'm going to tell Charizard to start flapping his wings. We're all going to just keep flapping our wings so we get the sweet scent to hit Moltres, and he can't hit it back because we're just going to sweet scent everything.
This is the part where if you don't like particle effects because they drop frame rate, avert your eyes.
I'm sorry, you're goofed. Oh my goodness, Geese. They start flapping, and this leafage is... it's covering Moltres everywhere. They got his A-word. Now, Pikachu, use Double Team. That'll, for some reason, help even harder.
Shadow clones from the Hidden Leaf Village.
And now that everybody's working together and we're doing the triple quadruple mega attack, now do the final biggest ever in the whole world leafage, Sprigatito. And apparently now it smells very good in the cave. Everybody is just going, how nice.
You know what's real sick about this? This episode is a raid, and I find that very cool.
Oh, yeah. Everybody working together. And we start to get some very good Pokemon music. It's a calming lullaby to calm down Galarian Moltres. And Geese. Galarian Moltres starts to talk to Liko's pendant. And then what happens?
A cute little turtle comes out.
Terrapagos!
Get him.
He's so cute.
He's just a little guy.
My brain, more than... There are a lot of cute Pokemon. We can all agree. My brain, more than anything, as soon as that Terrapagos came out, I said, there's a plush.
It's our third legendary. This little guy.
He's so precious.
I just think it's so sick that we started this anime seeing Terrapagos going, what the heck is this? And we still have yet to have this Pokemon in the games. It's very smart how they have scheduled these episodes to time with the DLC releases, because we already have part 1 of the DLC, which does not have Terrapagos, but part 2 of the DLC will have Terrapagos, which will be out before the end of the year. And then we do this again, which always confusing to me. I'm hoping Geese and Taylor can tell you Clambos exactly what happens next. One of you, please elucidate me, if that's the correct verb. What exactly is happening? Is Terrapagos using a memory palace, or is this actually happening in the fog magic world with Lucius?
I'll tell you right now, I don't know.
I couldn't tell you.
The only thing I can think of is that Terrapagos is somehow tying this to like illusions, or the fog in the area being tied to illusions, something like that. Because that's a very nautical like island thing. And the reason that I was assuming it's Terrapagos is because of Galapagos. So that would be at least kind of consistent, but I don't know.
I just want to say for the record again that the name Terra Pendant is also very good, and they should have used that.
Really thought you were going to say, for the record, you shouldn't have asked that Costco employee about those pants.
For the record, I think you're a fool.
For the record, I completely feel you on this, Geese, because I also came up with a way better Pokemon name. You see, there's these 3 elemental monkeys, right? They're from Generation 5. Their names are Pansage, Simisage, Panpour, Panseer,
Pan-fried.
No.
And Pan Pizza. All right, let's go on.
Here's my big problem with these monkeys.
Too many bananas.
Got him. Pansage, Panseer, and Panpour. Simisage, Simiseer, Simipour. Do you see the problem here? The one water monkey gets a P instead of an S for a name, when you could have had their names all work so perfectly by changing pour to soak. Change his name to Simisoak and Pansoak. It would be such a better naming convention, because then they would all be the exact same starting letters. Oh my God.
That's a good point. Hey, shout out to Niantic. You can always do some DLC. Change the names.
God, it's infuriating. Okay, Geese, what were you going to say? Your third thing you were going to say?
I was just going to say that this ancient Lucius, whatever their name is, that they are definitely related to Liko because of the blue eyes and the symbol on their hand.
Geese is once again making predictions, and I completely agree with her, because how else would the pendant be working with her, and how come all the Pokemon listen to her? So it makes perfect sense that
and
she's
the
related.
symbol on the hand.
And don't forget about the symbol on the hand.
And it's the same as Liko wears on her hair.
Same as Liko wears on her hair. And the same as Ash's little icon on his hat. Okay. Now, here's the thing. Lucius is talking to his pokes. He's talking to Galarian Moltres. Maybe he's talking to Arboliva. Who's to say? But he mentions a name. He says Rakua. Now, if you're asking me, I'm thinking that's just his nickname for Rayquaza.
Yes.
I did a little bit of research. He could also be talking about Rakua, the character in Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Almia for the Nintendo DS. Somehow I don't think he's talking about that side character that gives a mission. I think he's talking about Rayquaza. That's just my guess. Well, Moltres is fine now, so he drops his ancient Pokeball and he just goes right inside. And Arboliva, she did her work. Good work, everybody. She goes back in her ball. Well, guess we're taking Moltres with us.
I'm really confused about what was the resolution there? What was wrong with it?
Moltres was like, I'm upset. And then he saw all his friends and he was like, yeah, I'm fine.
I mean, guys, don't you remember Arboliva was a big deal too? Wasn't she all upset? They had to calm her down too.
But it was a little more reasonable.
With Arbolita, the forest was getting destroyed, so it made sense why she was upset. I don't know what the bird was mad about.
I guess that's just between him and Lucius.
Yeah.
Secrets.
Okay.
Secrets.
Maybe it happened when Rayquaza flew by.
Actually, Geese, to answer your question, this is now going to become our new quest. Liko's quest to discover what made Moltres mad. Start!
The very funny thing I was thinking of was her conversation with her roommate, because they're all so nonchalant about everything. So roommate's going to go, oh, how's it going over there, Liko? Liko's going to say, oh, I went to the mine and I caught a legendary firebird from a legendary trainer. And she's going to say, oh, okay, cool. Talk to you later.
Okay, bye. So yeah, this is going to be a whole thing. We'll discover probably what made Moltres mad, because Liko's going to be great at telling everybody what Pokemon feel.
Yeah.
Now, Geese. Hatenna hops out of Liko's hoodie and starts to walk towards some rocks.
What's another name for a hoodie?
No. She walks towards the top of a little outcropping of rocks, and she gets real spooked. What does Hatenna see walking around? They just ask, where's the pendant? I can't seem to find it. And then Hatenna sees Terapagos walking around, and turns out the pendant turned into Terapagos, and unlike every other time where it just turns back into a pendant, Terapagos is just hanging out now. Just a Pokemon. So then we cut to Kabu walking into the mine with a construction worker, and this happens immediately as the kids and Frito are walking out. Now, before I even get to the conversation, I'm going to jump ahead and just ask, what is with Fritos? Why does this boy have the desire to hide everything from everyone? Because he's hiding Terapagos in his little jacket and won't tell Kabu about it.
I mean, I can understand that, because you don't want the other miner or Kabu talking about this Pokemon no one's seen before, and word spreading and the explorers finding out.
Yeah, he didn't tell anybody, even in the Great Salami, though, about his encounters with the explorers. It's so weird to me.
Yeah, I don't. That is a very weird level. I'm assuming that they're gonna kind of expand on that later.
It just makes him suspicious. I don't understand. But they explain what happened to Kabu. I guess they just left out some crucial information about Terapagos, though.
They're incredibly good at leaving information out.
So they all just walk out, and then Kabu, construction worker, and Timber just kind of look at them as they walk off into the distance and do a little smirk. And then we cut to dusk, and they're walking to the Great Salami. It's finally time to go.
And the turtle is in the jacket, and he's sleeping.
Did either of you think that was a Pokeball? And it was showing the inside of a Pokeball?
No.
Yeah, me either.
They get so excited, they start running to the Great Salami, the brave Asagi. But oh no, Clambos, Taylor. Who is staring at them from above the cliff in a bush by a tree?
Team Rocket.
And then it's actually the Flamin' Amaranth and his lackeys. Do you prefer the term lackeys, cronies, or goons?
Goons.
Me too.
Lackeys.
I always wanted to be a goon.
Well, the explorers are there, and I gotta say, we get a real close-up look at the Team Explorers logo, and it looks a lot like the Team Plasma logo from Unova Generation 5, and guess where DLC 2 takes place? That's right, off the shores of Unova. So I'm thinking maybe these explorers are somehow going to be involved in DLC 2, perhaps, probably not, but wouldn't that be crazy?
Make a lot of sense. And it would be real sick. I always wanted them to do more to tie the games in with the show. I thought that made so much sense.
Taylor, please tell us what the explorer's plan are, and then Geese, take us into the seminar.
The plan for Liko, the girl who has declared that she's on an adventure, is to steal that Pokemon, being Terrapagos.
How did they see it? Were they in the cave?
I was wondering the exact same thing. I think they were just in another entrance, never went back to the city, and they had just gotten out of it. That's what my assumption is.
A lot of tell don't show in this episode.
I would say even more just infer and hope that you can fill in the cracks left by the narrative team.
And Geese, we've now reached the end of the episode. It says to be continued on the screen. And the time, it says the seminar. Geese's moment of the day.
Today's Pokemon is Galarian Moltres. Galarian Moltres uses a certain emotion when fighting. Is it A, sadness, B, anger, or C, happiness?
B, anger. He's so upset.
Yes. It attacks by turning its anger into a flame-like aura.
And we see a picture of a very upset Moltres fighting Captain Pikachu with a knocked out Machamp nearby.
I cannot wait for Captain Pikachu to fight Ceruledge. I'm so excited about it.
Clambos, I really enjoyed this episode. I can already probably predict maybe it's not Geese's favorite because there are some intense battles. But
I liked it better than the last episode.
It actually is a combo episode because you got exciting battles plus cute Terrapagos. And you Clambos know, I'm a fan of when an episode just moves. When I'm not taking a lot of notes, I'm just enjoying myself. It's great.
There were just, I agree with you on the pacing. I like that. I didn't take a lot of notes. But the problem is with my notes, most of it was questions. Most of it is, what is this? How did this happen? What? And I don't like that being unresolved in a part 2.
Well, I would not call this a part 2 just because when they do a part 2, it actually says part 2. But because everything's a part 2, because every episode just takes place, every episode starts immediately after the last one ended. So
the mine arc.
Taylor's right. There are way too many things that happen in this episode that are just, oh yeah, Fritos is fine. We just played with your emotions to say, oh yeah, oh my God, is he ever going to make it out? And then just next episode, he's right there. Very silly. Hysterical even, just him standing at the Pokemon Center door. So it's not...
I was laughing very hard.
Yeah, it's very silly. It's not a perfect episode, but I certainly enjoyed myself. So that's why I give it a solid 8 out of 10.
I thought you were going to say 7 out of 10. Something for everybody. Yeah.
A little something for everyone. Or 8.5. You know, it's kind of fun.
Wow.
Geese,
nice.
How did you feel about today's episode? Burning Galarian Moltres.
I liked it more than last week's. I also liked how it was speedy, but yeah, there was a lot of this happened off screen that was kind of annoying.
Those are pretty much my opinions as well. Pacing, great. The individual events, great. Just a lot of the interconnecting stuff I said earlier.
Well, Clambos, I'm sorry, we all hold the exact same opinion, so not much difference for you today. But now, because it's time for me to eat and use the bathroom, we're moving on to the wrap-up. Wrap-up, Geese, take it away.
Thank you, everyone, for listening. Please follow us on social media at Look, Listen, Cast on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Thank you to Keith for our artwork. You can find him on twitch.tv/KeithSquared.
Shouts out Professor Ticklebits for the website and Taylor.
Mostly the boilerplate.
You can follow him on twitch.tv/prof_Ticklebits. Thank you to our supporters. You can support us by going to looklistencast.com and clicking the link for anchor.fm or Spotify for podcasters, or by clicking the link on the podcast apps. Please recommend this podcast to your friends on account of we don't use swear words. Well, recommend it to your family for that reason. Recommend it to your friends if they enjoy Pokemon. Or hearing about Geese's pasta salad or something. They probably like that.
And grandmothers as well for the inclusion.
Grandmothers love inclusion.
It's
Please,
true.
everybody. Okay, look, I'm a level with you. Please, for the love of goodness, send a question to looklistencast@gmail.com, much like Artie Fine did.
Ooh.
This week's question comes from Artie Fine with the title Saturday Morning Special. Artie Fine says, "Hello, Clambo friends. What was your favorite cartoon as a kid? If you still watch cartoons, what is your favorite one these days? I think mine was Chip and Dale." This is still Artie Fine. "I think mine was Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. The DuckTales episodes that featured Gizmo Duck may have edged out everything else, though." Taylor, please discuss your cartoon.
I shout out to Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers because those were fantastic episodes. I used to own those on VHS.
Some crimes.
Big shout out to Gizmo too.
Slipping through the cracks.
I'm always a fan of a character that's a female that has like a wrench in her hand. You know,
there's no case too big, no case too small. When you need help, just call Chip and Dale Rescue Ranger. Chip and Dale when there's danger. You know it never fails. You were saying?
So my first thought was, because I grew up with Dragon Ball Z, stuff like that. I loved both Tenchi Muyo and Gundam Wing.
Whoa! We're including anime, Taylor? That says Saturday morning. I don't think...
Is anime not a cartoon?
You ask me? I think...
I count it.
Artie Fine's subject title says Saturday Morning Special. All I'm saying... is we're watching anime on Cartoon Network evenings or at 4 p.m. Dragon Ball. I don't consider that Saturday morning cartoons.
Saturday morning, the only thing... The problem was I had so many swim meets on the weekends that I didn't get to watch a lot of cartoons on them.
Pokemon was morning, so who's to say?
Who's to say? So was Digimon.
How about so we cover all our bases... You can say Tenchi Muyo, Gundam Wing, but how about also give a Western, more Saturday morning specific cartoon? Just for them. You mean it?
Well, I didn't want... The sample size is very, very low for that.
You were at swim meets at like 7 years old every weekend?
I started when I was 6, yeah.
Oh my God.
And it was a year-round thing too. And like I also said, because I was so involved during the week, I would use that for video game playing. So that was a lot of Mega Man X time that I was dipping into. When I was sick or wasn't playing video games for some reason at that point, or at a swim meet, I'm probably watching like Magic School Bus.
Geese, Peep, please tell us about your cartoons. Oh my God, she's going to say stuff like Coco Melon or something.
Not that young.
Paw Patrol.
As a real young kid, there's a show on PBS Kids called Cyber Chase. That was fun. There's Kenny the Shark, which was on Discovery Kids.
Can you describe any of these? Because I'm unfamiliar.
Cyber Chase. It's a bunch of kids and they solve cyber mystery. I don't even know how to describe it.
Very sick.
Kenny the Shark was a show where there was a tiger shark who lived with a girl.
Oh.
And then there was SpongeBob, Dave the Barbarian. That was fun. Rugrats.
Yeah, okay. Good. We're going to jump off of Rugrats. I was going to say, when I was a kid, I enjoyed Rugrats a lot. Sure. Rugrats was on before I could read. It aired. So I would always rush to my family and yell out, 1717, which one's it called? Because I needed them to change their television to channel 17 to read me the title of the episode, or the entire episode was ruined if I didn't know the title of it. But yeah, I watched Rugrats as a kid. Nickelodeon, really, I mean, there's tons of stuff on there I really enjoyed. Hey Arnold was good. Cat Dog was good.
Hey Arnold was, if we're including up to that point, I'm going to say Hey Arnold. What do you mean up to that point?
Arnold. Yes. We were children when Hey Arnold came out. We were in elementary school.
Rugrats, Hey Arnold, All Real Monsters as well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Artie Fine's got some great bangers in here with Chip and Dale. I mean, come on. Darkwing Duck, you kidding me? You out of your mind?
Mm-hmm. Alvin and the Chipmunks had a special about Bat Monk, I think is what they called it.
That was always in Blockbuster. I would see the VHS tape for that and be interested in it. I never watched much Alvin and the Chipmunks, but I can tell you the girl with the glasses chipmunk. Oh my god! Regular gadget for me.
See, okay. You like the librarian. Oh. I'm more into industrial worker. Someone who's really
those glasses and a ponytail up. Oh my god! I'm trying to think of another cartoon before we all leave and say goodbye.
Johnny Quest.
Well, actually, they're Two Stupid Dogs. That's my answer. Two Stupid Dogs. I watched that and ate 7 bowls of macaroni and cheese. So that's my answer. Thank you so much, Artie Fine, for your question. Please send us more questions in the future, everybody. And now it's all time for us to leave. Goodbye. Cow and chicken, I don't think I was crazy about. Okay, goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Hey, goodbye.
Goodbye.
It is.
Bye.
And give me an enthusiastic last one.
Howdy, y'all. It's me, Geese Pete. Thank you for listening to the Geese Pete Productions podcast.
Geese Peep Enterprises, doing business as Peep Industries, together with its subsidiaries, is a diversified worldwide entertainment company with operations in media networks, talent management, parks and resorts, multimedia entertainment, and consumer products and interactive media. Geese Peep Enterprises is a Dow 30 company.